Wake Island has loaded! Greetings everyone, this is Kawil here, bringing you yet another match in the Battlefield 1943 universe for the PlayStation 3 Entertainment System. Now I know it's been a while since I've given you guys a video. I think the last video I gave you guys was the video entitled Don't Make Danny Mad. And if you could just, right now, in your heart, just say, also don't make Avocado mad! I mean, come on! Anyway, so as you can see here, we're a little bit outnumbered. It's not a big deal. I really don't care. I mean, it happens, right? I mean, it happens. So anyway, I don't know if you noticed that I killed one. I killed one airplane. And then Avocado was kind of flying low, like, whoa, he was like under the radar. He was like, no, Kawil, no! And then he took me out, and that was a good shot. What can I tell you? But anyway, we're not going to talk about how great I am. We're not going to talk about how great I am this match. We're actually going to critique. We're actually going to critique this video from a tanker standpoint. I mean, I'm not that great of a ground pounder. So I mean, you could pretty much say the entire time that I'm ground pounding, the whole thing is one big critique. But I'm sorry, Fish. I'm sorry, Fish. I just needed you to not get to the flag. And I just want to say, guys, if you're in my gunner, don't steal my kills. Did you see that? He was on my gunner and he stole my kill. I don't really care if he stole my kill. It doesn't bother me. So we got some Polar Pop from Circle K. No, they're not paying me, so don't worry. They're not gonna get any kind of major plugs. But anyway, so we're gonna critique this match of me being in a tank because there are a few glaring holes, very big mistakes that I make in this match. It doesn't necessarily mean that it cost us the match because I'm not, I'm good, but Avocado's on the other team and he's a beast. And no, you cannot come at me with the cheap fish again. Sorry. But I digress. We're going to talk about how I sucked. And right here in the beginning is actually, I'm doing pretty good except for this part right here. Okay? This part right here, I got a boy that's pushing up. And there's Kakovar. He's looking at me. He's like, we're doing it. And you probably won't see it because I'll put the webcam in there. But Kakovar PM'd me about Mixed PM. And by the way, this was recorded just a couple of days ago, like a week ago. 7-10 days ago. Anyway, so this is one of my first mistakes. And sometimes I do this quite a bit. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to be more of a team player. But it's really hard when I've had to, I don't know how you want to say it, fend for myself. So I had a guy heading down to that village down there, and I should have went with him to cover him, and I didn't. Then I got stuck between a rock and a hard place because now both flags are going blinky, blinky, blinky. I got to readjust my headphones. So they're both going blinky, 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 and I guess correctly that they're coming with a tank. Now here is big mistake number 2. Don't go into tight spaces with your tank. I'm sorry, but they're not that agile. And as soon as I did this, I'm like, no, this is not the place for me to be. And then I got stuck on the buildings, and they're like, Kawil, what are you doing? You can't be like this. No. And so I take out Wu-Tang, I got one, but then Avocado's like, Kawil, how many times do I gotta take you out, man? I mean, come on, Kawil, how many times do I gotta That is in no way a representation of what Avocado sounds like. That's just, whenever I think of Avocado, I think of guacamole, and it's actually funny because if Avocado, you're watching this, or anybody else who is watching this, and is privy to some chats, you're going to understand where guacamole comes from, as far as what I'm talking with right here with Avocado. If you're privy to some chats, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that was my major screw-up number 2, was basically trying to make up for the mistake make up for the mistake of not going and helping my boy out to cap that flag down there. Okay? Now there's some other couple of mistakes, and I don't remember them right off the top of my head. So, I mean, I'm watching this as you guys are watching it. And like I said, this was recorded 10 days ago, but here's a really good point. You see them red planes up there? You need to fake them out. I faked out planes quite a bit in my lifetime because it's kind of easy to do. You know the reason it's kind of easy to do? You should wear headphones. You should play with the sound on. You can still play with music, but put the headphones on so you can hear when those planes go woo, woo. Anyway, that was a really bad rendition of the planes because I'm going through puberty right now, and if you didn't notice, my voice cracked like I was 13 years old, which is not really that far off. Anyway, so fake out the planes, guys. If you get them moving one way, it's really hard for them to turn. It's really hard for them to turn, and you can fake out the planes. You can do this. You can do this in any kind of vehicle. You can do that on when you're just running like the scared person you are. Okay, now, really good point here. Get out of harm's way. Get out of harm's way, and then hopefully you're gonna turn your tank around, because if you didn't notice, my ass is kind of pointed to where all the bad guys are gonna come from. So you gotta see. There you go. You flip it around. Now you guys already know this stuff. I'm not giving you guys that have been here for 5,000 years any kind of tips that you didn't know about. Here's mistake number 3. I completely missed that shot. However, I was lucky enough that the gentleman that is in the opposite tank, Andrew, he was coming at me hardcore this whole match. I love it. I got lucky that I damaged his tank more than he damaged mine. So that was luck on my part. And I don't know why my guy's shooting at me. He's like, "Oh, well, what are you doing?" I'm like, "You're screwing things up here." So that was mistake number 3. I don't know which number mistake it is, but there's another big one later on that is a really huge mistake. And we'll get to that. We'll talk about it because it's roasting Kawil time. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you listen carefully, there's planes up there. If you get them moving one way, you can just skedaddle on the other way. Skedaddle on the other way. There you go. Alright, now here is something that I wish people would notice more often, and I know I'm guilty of it too, but I've been really good at it lately. Look at the packages on the ground! There's packages on, did you see that? And then he blew his load, all over the place. I'm like, that's right, I'm gonna move on in. Now this was a really good part of I just went right in there and we took that flag. And I'm like, no, don't! And then so Wu-Tang, he comes in, he's like, "I got you, Kawil," but I was like, "No, you didn't." Oh, so we take the flag. At this point, if you guys hadn't noticed, we didn't have any flags, right? When I got killed, we didn't have any flags, and like, we made it. We capped the flag, and we're working. We're working. Okay, so now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that there's nobody coming behind me. Which is why I do that, and then I notice that guy down there, and then the flag starts going blinky, blinky, blinky. I'm like, no, guys, we need to hold the flags. So I'm like, all right, let's back up. It's okay, man, it's okay, man. Okay, so now we're surrounded by red flags, and I'm like, okay, I know that there's going to be a tank spawning from over there sometime. There's going to be somebody in a Jeep coming from behind me, so I got to worry about that. So you're going to see me going back and forth. Now, I know there's a tank up there because I just shoot its load off. So I'm watching. I know there's planes flying around. Guys, there's just so many things that you have to worry about as a tanker. Again, I am the absolute best tanker in the world, so I know all these things. Absolute best tanker in the world, so I know these things. All right, so I know that this is really good right here. Watch. You go third person, you look outside, you look down that way. There's a tank over there. And then you rush it. Rush it, baby. Yes! There we go, Wookie. Oh! I gotta tell you, moving while you're in the tank and shooting at the same time is very difficult to do, but because I'm an absolute master of moving and shooting, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. You guys can be the judge of that. Now, what I was trying to do right there is, I think I was trying to take out the rest of the tank, but normally what I do, and I completely missed this, guys. I'm so sorry. Slap your hand, son. That was unacceptable what I just did right. Here is mistake, no, is this number 4? This is mistake number 4. You see there's a tank there? Do you know normally what I do is this? I normally shoot at the tank once or twice to make sure it's nice and soft. Because you know why? People will get in the tank and then shoot you at the place. He's there, Avocado's there. He's breaking out the guacamole and the chips. He's like, Kawil, what are you leaving the tanks not see? And I missed him. That was mistake number 5. I should have killed him. There you go. That's Avocado saying, Kawil, haven't I taught you better? Didn't I teach you better, Kawil? Obviously you didn't, Avocado. It's time to bring your creamy, milky goodness over here so that I can partake in your smoothie richness green color. I mean, Avocado, come on now. And then, of course, there's the part where Kawil tries to ground pound and gets taken out by something with a gun attached to it. I think it was that guy in a Jeep back there. Anyway, so we got another couple of minutes to go. So I've identified just the big ones, the big mistakes. 5 major mistakes. Okay? As you can tell, it's time for me to defend the airport, because what else am I good for, right? I mean, you know, I just do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, and then, you know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the 2 clips at the front. It was all one match. It was like back to back. I didn't cut anything out except the back and the front. But that was like really recently. And there's Avocado. I think it's Avocado. I don't know who it is. But they're just coming in on me. And I'm like, no. No, you can't kill me just a second. It's not possible. But anyway, guys. So I'm just giving you guys a little bit of... this is actually pretty cool. I actually shoot through the building. It's gorgeous. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Andrew, sorry, boss. I guess he was born in 1990, so that makes him what? I don't even know. 16? Is that right? And Wookiee's like, Kawil, what's wrong with you? And as you can see there, they got kind of even, but Avocado was just too much, and Wookiee and the Wu-Tang Clan, and then Avocado sitting over here is like, Kawil, what are you doing? I did not think there was a tank there. I thought there was an empty flag that was getting ready to start blinking. I'm like, let's do this. And he says no. Avocado says no. And when Avocado says no, what you have to do is you just have to take your crackers and go elsewhere. I mean, you just really have to do that. So, like beating my head over the bush. Because there's another tank there. I thought that tank that was sitting over there was the one that was shooting at me, but obviously it was dead. And the game is almost over. So, I wanted to basically come down with you guys and tell you that, you know, I'm not an expert at tanking. I happen to be pretty good at it. But there is by no means one way or 2 ways to do it. There's different ways to do it. I play more of a defensive posture, which is perfectly fine. I figure if I'm still alive, people can spawn on me and do some massive damage. What I need to do as a player is I need to really get in there and be a team player, because I know that I don't do that. Anyway, guys, my name is Kawil. Thank you for sticking around. I love you guys.